A business has a soul. It's alive. It has contracts. It has karma. It has all of these other parts of it. And we have a soul. And this is part of our work in the world. But the soul that of this business actually selects this other soul that is going to make sure that this business is successful. And so it picks out and selects the soul with the talents, with the education, with the experiences, personal and business, or whatever it is that your specialty is, your special business is. And it picks the person that will ensure its success in the world. But what happens is that our stuff gets in the way and blocks the business from doing its thing. So if you can picture that the business is on one side of your infinity sign, and you as the owner are on the other side of the infinity sign, and you want that energy to be flowing all the time. But what happens is when we first start the business, that's like that spark of light, that moment when the connection is made, the soul of the business, something that humanity has needed and has wanted and has asked for. And then the soul goes and it finds the other soul that it's going to link to. So think of this infinity as catching in, connecting in the middle, because you have everything it needs. And if you don't have it, you know where to find it. And so the energy starts to flow. And what happens is, as you start to create success, there's blocks in us, whether it's money, marketing, showing up, imposter syndrome, lots of different things. And it blocks the business from becoming more successful. So that's why we work on both ends, business fundamentals and getting over our stuff. Our business is very different than all the other businesses. And it's in that uniqueness that we have to embrace it, because our life experiences, our business, all experiences, our soul takes into account, including, tapping into our past lives where maybe we've been a business owner or, and need to overcome some of the stuff, as they say. But yeah, absolutely. What you're saying is true. It's important to understand that we shouldn't be fearing it. We should be embracing it. And as I always tell my students is, get triggered. When we get triggered, which is like hitting a wall, that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. That's because that tells us what else is blocking us in that infinity sign. I consider myself a serial entrepreneur because I've never really enjoyed working for others. So that's ended a long time ago. And when I started the Akashic Records work, that was in the late 90s, but I was a real estate broker at that time. And so, but I wasn't spiritual. I didn't understand all that. I was just hardworking, driven, intimidating kind of a personality. And I was miserable. I felt really lonely, and I didn't understand, like, well, I'm doing everything. I'm making money. So then I fell into this Akashic record information that I knew nothing about. But there was something drawing me to it. And it really started my journey. And I started the spiritual side of the business, but for the longest time. And I think a lot of us as women have this issue. So that's why I mention it, is that we separate the spiritual, heart-driven side of us with the business side that's strategic and very numbers oriented. And so for the longest time, I kept these two separate. But when I was with a client if I noticed or they spoke of something more spiritual, then I would allow that part of me to blend with the business part. But if I knew that that wasn't what then it was just the business. So I think it takes, first we have to overcome this fear of that it's all us, no matter what, and to be okay with it. Because when I would just talk business, that other part was still 100% in me. And this is what I learned through working in the records, is that our energy field has that spiritual heart energy that we as women own. And like I said, I put it in the closet, but that was me fooling myself, because when we're with our people, our clients, we're 100% of that. And that our energy field is embracing our clients on a heart level, which is almost nonverbal. It's just an essence, a resonance. Mm-hmm. And that, I think, if we can really get that, if women can really understand that, then they won't feel like they're separating themselves, that it actually is who they are 100%, whether they're working in a corporation and they can't really talk about it. It doesn't matter, because that heart resonance you were talking about is nonverbal. There aren't words for it. It's a feeling. It's a experience.